beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for December. Well, here we are in the final month of the year. I can't believe it, but it's here and it's been a bit of a crazy year, but we made it through and we are left to reflect on how much you've grown as a person through all the ups and downs. Take stock of all your personal successes, both big and small, and reflect on the lessons you learnt along the way, as well as set new visions for the future. It's a big month to decompress, to let your hair down, but to still give one more final push to close out the year on a high. Well, we have Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron currently retrograding, and Mars will follow suit from the 6th of December, so you may feel the pace or the energy slowing down a little as we move to close out 2024 and embrace 2025. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, for we have now officially moved into Sagittarius season, which influences us all to harness our personal power. Now this month it hits a little bit different. We have 2 new moons, a healthy dose of optimism and a touch of grounded realism, as well as some preparation energy for the future. Now, the new moon on the 1st nudges us all to notice where we could encourage our wild side to come out and play a little bit more, to seek new adventures, be more spontaneous, or acknowledge if our happiness has been blocked in some area of our life, so we can set changes in motion to unblock and let more happiness flow in. Now, of course, it also asks us to have faith on our path. Even if the path ahead feels unclear, know that all shall come together as you desire. The second new moon on the 30th, often called the black moon, it increases our manifestation potential with its heightened energy, as well as our libido. It reignites our lust for life. It occurs in the sign of Capricorn, encouraging us all to set new visions in motion to move towards success for the year ahead. And December also helps us to tap into party mode. But as 2024 has been a little bit challenging, you may feel too exhausted to party. However, that Sagittarian influence revitalizes your spirits. It also increases your energy to spend quality time with your nearest and dearest, or seek out new experiences to rediscover that sparkle and magic in the everyday moment. Also, if you have moments of psychic intuition, expect your knowingness to increase during this month. And as always, with the positive, there is an opposite. I don't really want to say negative because I don't feel it is negative. We have Sirius planet Saturn. It's at a hard angle to the moon, and this happens at the beginning of the month, which can force us to be stricter with our finances and, of course, our time. And it also asks us to take a long, cold, hard look at long-term goals. So there may be a push and pull between responsibilities and, of course, party time mode. Balance is the key to getting the best out of December. Do not forget to celebrate your wonderful self. As well there, we tend to gloss over accomplishments. It's important to remember them. I'm just putting the cards in the upright because I'm only taking the uprights in both decks. Now, I want you to be aware we're already under one of the most prolific influences, Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. It affects us all to detox, declutter, remove the old to clear space for the new. So you may be conscious of not overindulging this month, or even start early with your intentions for the new year. Now, this is an obvious one, but the full moon is in Gemini, and it could wreak havoc with postal deliveries. So get orders in super early. And as Mercury will be in retrograde until the 15th of December, travel delays or disruptions may also increase too. And I would suggest getting important information in writing or save down important documents, as power outages and gremlins in the system tend to occur during retrogrades. Now, the solstice on the 21st, or saving grace, is a perfect time to send your gratitude and wishes out to the universe. This powerful day sends a ripple effect out to your future, and it connects your vibrations to the outcome that you desire. So be clear and set time aside to utilize that energy. And for those of you who do not want to know how all this energy affects global events, I would fast forward now until I hold up the first card. But if you want to stick on and know what's going on a global scale, planet Mars stations, and then it retrogrades on the 6th. Now, this station point on the 6th, it can be pretty volatile, increasing the potential for sudden battles of egos. And this can result in events that can cause the world to take notice. But the retrograde itself, after the 6th, can actually encourage a temporary pause on conflicts. And Mars stationing, I have to say, it's chaotic and unpredictable. And on a personal level, this day in particular could be highly pressurized, as people tend to get a little bit cranky during this planetary shift. So just watch out for that too. Saturn, it also clashes with Jupiter, which could provoke a temporary dip in the financial markets, but things will stabilize. And it also can cause spontaneous bursts of tension between people when governing bodies go too far. Society pushes back, enough is enough, and Saturn fights really hard to bring stability and order to global systems. Now, Pluto also works hard to expose corruption, so we will continue to see many exposés in order to bring justice from now until 2025, of course, and right through 2025 even as well. And Neptune goes direct on the 7th, so we could see a tectonic plate shift detected that brings sudden changes to water conditions for some. And of course, we will all continue to see more of that crazy weather. But on a personal level, it lifts brain fog or confusion around your goals, aiding you to be more clear and direct. And with so many planets either retrograding or shifting this month, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But it reminds us all to embrace the moment with those that we really care about, to reconnect with things that you love doing just because it feels good, to clear out 2024 and make way for a fresh new start in 2025. And remember, Venus actually slides into Aquarius's DMs on the 7th, making it a perfect month to discover love or reestablish long-term relationships with that fuzzy feeling. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty in the world, and the planetary energy works so hard to avoid escalation in the month of December. It's important not to let fear control your vibration. Easier said than done, I absolutely know that, but remember, energy from within, it actually filters out and it will perpetuate a cycle of fear if we connect to it. So it's a perfect month for you to actually celebrate your wonderful self and the people around you. And remember that you are a human being, not just a human doing. It's been a monumental year, but as Mars goes through one of its rare retrograde cycles, the pressure will be off. It's time to relax, recalibrate, reflect on the reality of your situation, set new intentions, reestablish creative patterns, recharge, reclaim your personal power, and reignite that fire in your soul to make long-lasting changes for your bright future ahead. Now, looking at all of your energy, I feel like you are majorly transforming your life right now, and I feel everything that you are trying to transform or recalibrate is actually going to work in your favor, and there's so much to celebrate in the month of December too. Now, your first card is the Magician card, which indicates that you are going to have all the resources available to you to make December the month you really want it to be. And I also feel, because you have that King of Swords there at the end of your monthly energy, it means that you're making things become your reality. So you are using your thoughts, you're visualizing, but also you're strategizing and taking steps towards accomplishing your goals. You're going to be very productive. I feel this is a very heightened time for you to be in the mode of doing. This is an action card, but also this card indicates that you are being flexible, okay? So I feel like you're tapping into your personal power, your belief system, your ideas. There's a lot of luck on your side as well. So some of you may be trying to transform or, kind of take a risk or a gamble in some area of your life. It's a calculated risk because you have that King of Swords there. So you're logically making a change. Now, for some of you, it could be a lifestyle change. It could be that you are setting new things in motion, trying out new products, new ways of exercising, or new food substances, for example, or maybe even new neighborhoods. It just feels like you're transforming your energy to connect to more fun and enjoyment. I feel a lot of you are very goal-oriented this month. Even though everybody else is kind of slowing down, it feels very much that you're checking in with your capability to transform and plan for the future. You know, this card indicates that you are someone who has so much potential and you're overcoming some obstacles in your life. You're going to be highly creative during this month as well. So reestablishing your connection to some of the projects or the things that you already have in motion. I feel like you're trying to get round to this month doing all the things you've put on hold or put to the side. So I feel like you reestablish a connection with those things this month. So whether it is that you are, writing in your diary or blogging something, or you are writing a book, or you're creating something, or you have been having some sort of project ticking over in the background that you wished you'd had more time to connect to, December is a month where you reconnect to it and it just feels really good. And I feel like you submerge yourself in that, whatever that is. It's actually really beneficial for you and your body, mind, and soul. It really helps you on a cerebral level to kind of like focus, or it's like you lose yourself in this. So whatever it is, because it's going to be different for everyone, it could be that you love kind of creating your own bike. You know, some people put an assembly kit together to create like a bike or a car, for example. Or it could be that you are someone who is painting and you get lost in all that color and that expression. You know, whatever it is, I feel like you get lost in it in the month of December, and it just causes so much peace. You are fully present in whatever it is that you are doing. So I feel this is a great time for you when it comes to rediscovering your passions and connecting to that lust for life there as well. Now, of course, the Magician card, it really connects to your 10th house, because this is about you manifesting your dreams and your goals. I feel a lot of you are checking in with yourself, reviewing what it is that you want to transform. You have fate and fortune on your side. Your 10th house is all about ambition. So this is you having the energy, the drive, the motivation to get projects finished and your tasks done. And if you are in business, you will elevate to make a mark in the industry that you're in and establish your reputation as someone who is super successful, someone who's really powerful, someone who transforms things so that they work better. And I feel like you are destined for the top. A lot of you may actually hear about some sort of promotion because you have the King of Swords energy, or you may hear something about the position that you're in. It feels very much like a standalone project or a standalone position. So you could be stepping into a managerial role, or it could be that you're going to be managing a team, but it kind of sets you apart. For some of you, it could be that you hear that your industry is changing, but you benefit in some way from it. If you're an entrepreneur, I see a lot of you going global or having more kind of international interest in your business, and things start to pick up. It almost feels like you are still really busy this month, whoever you are and whatever it is you're doing. For some of you, it could be personal projects. It doesn't always have to be in business. It can be that, you know, if you're retired, it can be that you're going to visit family and you're getting everything organized, making sure that travel plans are, you know, on target. And if you're someone who gifts this time of year, it could be that you're organizing all of that, because we've got the World card there. So a lot of you are trying to tie up loose ends to go traveling, or a lot of you with that Four of Wands, there's a homecoming energy there as well. So it could be that you're seeing family or friends, or you're revisiting places that you used to go to. I mean, some of you, it could be a trip down memory lane this month, and not just in the memory sense, it's more in the physical sense. Some of you may actually visit old haunts this month as well. And it really just recharges, you know, your batteries a little bit, because it reminds you of who you are, your aspirations, all the things you love doing. And it almost like puts you in a position where you remember an older part of yourself, where you've been meaning to reconnect to that part of yourself for a long time. And it just reignites that spark. So I feel a really great month for you reconnecting to places that you used to hang out at, you know, old haunts and things like that. Now we do have the Wheel of Fortune, so better luck is available for you to tap into. But of course, the Wheel of Fortune is a cycle of life. So sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, and you are looking at your circumstances right now and trying to be super positive about all the accomplishments that you have achieved. But because we've got the Magician card and we've also got the Princess of Wands there, which is the equivalent of the Page of Wands, there's some sort of good news that comes in that kind of puts a spring in your step. And it's very fortunate for you. Now, because we've got the Hermit there, some of you may not speak about your accomplishment, or because some of you are actually going to be offered something. It could be, well, it's definitely something you're going to celebrate, but it could be something you'll tell people at a later date. I'm being given an energy that, you know, you don't really need to explain yourself or why you do, or what you want, or what you accomplish, whatever it is that you love. You don't have to explain yourself. You're allowed to sort of live your life. And if other people don't understand that, then that's cool. It's not their journey, it's yours. And if you want to keep like news or information to yourself, that's also your prerogative. But I feel some of you will kind of reveal it when you feel ready to reveal. So for example, if you've just got engaged, okay, and you're just like wanting to keep it to yourself at this time and wait for the right moment to let everyone know, then that's your prerogative. Same with if you are pregnant, for example, and you're waiting for the right moment to tell everybody. I feel some of you, the end of December is the time where you say, hey, everyone, I'm expecting. So I feel congratulations is in order, whatever it is that you are keeping to yourself at this time, because it feels very much like it's something you'll celebrate, and you did a really great job, and you know, there's wonderful times ahead connected to this, whatever it is. So the news will be well received as well. It's a joyful energy. Everyone is like coming together and celebrating. There may be one person who's like, oh, I thought you would have told me first. Okay, there's just that one person I'm feeling in your energy. And that's why it's coming up that you don't have to explain yourself, and you get to choose when you disclose information in your life, okay? But we do have that Wheel of Fortune energy, so this indicates that you are breaking a lot of patterns or cycles in your life in the month of December. So it could be that, you know, you're under a lot of pressure and you are trying to manage stress levels, and you may be looking at trigger points or things that you reach for, you know, the quick fix in your life when you're under a lot of stress. You could be breaking that pattern. If your go-to stress kind of trigger is that you reach for, I don't know, mine would be like, you know, a bar of chocolate, for example. If, you know, you're like me and you go, okay, I'll just have 2 cubes of chocolate. Okay, that will just stem the kind of like craving for something sweet, because I've been under a lot of pressure. It's my comfort go-to where I feel all nice and warm and fuzzy, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, the whole bar of chocolate's gone. Who did that? That's got to be me, because there's no one else here. And then you're like, still that didn't satisfy me. So you could be looking at, you know, the quick fixes are not satisfying you anymore. I'm just giving you an example of mine, for example, but yours could be something else. So you may be looking at what you reach for when you're stressed and going, actually, that's not really what I want. And you may be discovering what it is that you do want when you are under pressure, or you may be just breaking a cycle of repeat. For some of you, especially since we've got the World card there and we've got the 4 of Wands in the resistance position, it could be that someone knows how to push your buttons, especially in a family gathering or in a friendship gathering. 4 Wands is all about people coming together, okay, and celebrating the moment. There could be a feast date or some sort of birthday or a house party or an event. It doesn't have to be connected to seasonal events, but it could be as well. There may be that one person that you've got an ongoing thing with, that they always know how to say something that's almost like a backhanded compliment, like, oh, you look amazing. I didn't think that color would really suit anybody, but you somehow make it work. You know, it could be someone like that, someone who's really just not happy with themselves and they're projecting. This is coming from a place of jealousy, okay? And I feel you're breaking that pattern of like, oh, come on. I know that you're always going to say something like this and it really doesn't bother me anymore. I feel there's an energy of you taking control of cycles of repeat and disconnecting from them, because the Magician card is like taking control But it can also be like, if you think about the nature of a magician, it's like sleight of hand, or it's like distraction. Okay, so it can be that this person is saying something to you because they're trying to deflect from their own shortcomings. They are not happy with themselves, so they tend to project, something on another person because they don't want people to be judging them or looking at them. It's like, turn it on somebody else. And I feel you just see through this person and you're like, no, it's not happening. And eventually this person's going to get bored and go away and find another victim, unfortunately, because I feel this person, they're going to take a long time to heal whatever it is that they are going through themselves, because we're all on different paths and different journeys, and this person will eventually get their karma. What goes around comes around, I just heard. So I definitely see here that that will occur. Now, some of you also with the Wheel of Fortune and, the Magician card, these are very positive cards. It means your destiny is assured. You are going to reach your goals. There's some good luck about you. Fortune is favoring you doing new things at this time, being bold and daring and exploring. This is a card of exploration. But it can also indicate that you are trying to limit your distractions, not procrastinate. You're trying to utilize your time more, especially since your 10th house is on your case to make sure that you get everything done. And of course, your 4th house is all about stability, and that really influences you at the end of the month. So I'm not surprised to see that Hermit energy, because that's all about home life. It's about all things domestic. So you may feel like withdrawing at the end of the month. At the beginning of the month, I feel there's like invitations or events or like sparkly new things that you want to look at. I feel you're not someone who is taken in by the sparkle of life or those like shiny things, all that glitters is not gold. You're not taken in by that. But I feel a lot of you want to rediscover that sparkle or that magic. You may feel that you've been working so hard and you're trying to change your life and turn it around in some way that you haven't had time to connect to some of the more simple things that are magical in life. And I feel like you are trying to discover the magic. And some of you, if you're a parent, you may be rediscovering the magic through your children as well. All those things that children, when they discover for the first time, they're like, oh, that's so magical, that's so wonderful, I can't believe it. And it kind of like triggers that really exciting magical feeling in you as well, but also that you are kind of like giving the baton onto them and saying, yeah, this is the experience. You're making things magical for people. I want you to be aware as well, sometimes this time of year can put a lot of pressure on people, and I feel like you are just noticing that when you feel that either lament, that sadness, or that kind of loss of sparkle, you're actually trying to explore and try and do new things to reconnect to a part of yourself that you feel like you may have lost touch with for some time. So I feel like you're not running away from anything or covering anything. I just feel like you're aware there's a big old wide world out there and you want to explore new things. It feels almost like you are trying to promise yourself as well that you are manifesting new adventures for 2025. Some of you with this page equivalent, shall we say, because it's the Princess there of Wands, the Page of Wands energy, this is about you getting some sort of news that changes everything. I feel December is a big month for you when it comes to great news, celebration, people coming together, going out there and spending good quality time with the people that you really care about. And some of you may actually discover like things that you're passionate about and go to those things as well. Maybe even independently because you have that hermit energy. It could be that you go and discover like a new art gallery or a new exhibition on your own, spend some time, maybe even go on a little date with yourself, take yourself to that new coffee store across town and just like explore and just I feel a lot of you are rushing about doing things, don't get me wrong, but some of you I feel this energy of you like putting aside a day for yourself to just be like, okay, I'm in the mode of doing something for me. And I feel it's really thrilling, but also it kind of like restores energy and a passion. It changes your vibrations in some way. Now, that Princess of Wands, it basically indicates that you are enthusiastic about closing out the year, but also I feel like there is some really nice things to look forward to in the month of December. Of course, page energy tends to mean news coming in, so you may hear from someone that you haven't heard from in a long time, especially someone from overseas, okay? Because we have the Four of Wands there, which is to reunite with people. The World card indicates someone who's international, so if you have friends from overseas, they may send you something, a card or a letter, or reach out, kind of call you, that sort of thing, maybe Skype you or something, video call. Please take it as it resonates. But also I'm getting an energy of making plans to see each other. So it could be that you actually book something for either December or the new year where you go, I'm going to come and take a weekend and catch up. And we're going to go out and going to have fun and connect to wonderful things and see each other and just laugh and have a lot of joy. So a lot of you could be thinking about that friend who lives in a different part of the world than you. And you may be like, okay, let's book something for the new year. Let's catch up, or let's even if you both live at different ends of the planet, you may say, okay, let's both go to a midway point and have a wonderful weekend there and then, go back home. So some of you, I'm getting that energy coming through as well. But this card, it is about being bold and daring and doing things that set your soul on fire. Some of you may be thinking about setting up your own business because the Hermit is to go solo on business ventures. It could be an independent business, you be your own boss. For some of you, it is, an entrepreneurial energy already. So it could be that you're diversifying your business to make it go global or put it online, because we have the King of Swords there, which is you being a pro at what you do, putting something that you have knowledge in or have a niche field in, you put it online, and then people across the world, they love it. They want to see it. So they're downloading it or they're viewing it online. For example, if you're on social media, I feel this is about you being creative and trying out new ideas to keep people interested in whatever it is that you do. But also this is about you kind of connecting to that sparkle of life, that childlike spirit. Pages can sometimes connect to, that childlike energy within us where we're curious about everything. So everything just feels new and nice and free. It's a free-spirited energy. Of course it heralds good news, but also this is something that has a potential to be a catalyst for change. And you've got the Death card there as well. So it could be all change for you. Some of you may leave a home in order to embrace a new home in a different neighborhood. Some of you could be in the midst right now of moving home. And it feels very chaotic, but it's the right thing that you're doing. And when you settle in, it's just going to feel great. Some of you may even be thinking about 2025 is your year to either go more traveling or have more adventures, or even to relocate, migrate your business, or look at different parts of the world that you feel that you belong in. Also, this card can indicate that there is an ambitious energy about you. So it means there's a lot of potential for new ideas, new inspirations. And basically, this is a card of how can I change my life? What makes me excited? What makes me have that go-getting spirit, okay? So it could be that you are actually creating things for other people, or you are trying to create a magical time for other people as well. Remember, you don't have to overextend yourself during this period. The people in your life really love you and care about you anyway. You don't need to always have to go above and beyond. Of course you want to make it magical, but I feel you can do that without actually overextending your budget as well. That serious Saturn energy really makes us take stock of our finances and keep within a budget there as well. Now, a lot of you, this is a decompressed time where you are reviewing and reflecting on how you've been progressing throughout the year, but I feel a lot of you are just so excited to close out this year and move into 2025, and a lot of you are thinking about your sense of purpose. Now, I also see a lot of you get an important call this month, okay? Something, again, that you'll celebrate. It could be something you've been waiting for, actually. You get that call, and I feel you feel really proud of yourself, but it's almost like I'm getting an energy of overstimulation at the end of the month where you're like, oh, okay, it's too much. Now I need to just withdraw, sort of recalibrate, renew my energy, recharge batteries. So I feel there's this energy of you kind of, especially the first 3 weeks of the month, it's kind of like go, go, go. You're being productive, you're getting on top of your tasks. A lot of you tying up loose ends so that you can have a vacation. or go to a place where you feel is home. It could be that you're going to visit people that you haven't seen for a while, maybe family with that Four of Wands, or even reunite. I mean, Four Wands is party time, and some of you may have been delaying party time because you actually want to focus on your goals or your sense of purpose. But there is an important call coming in for you in the month of December, something you will celebrate there. And this card also indicates a rebirth of energy, an awakening. A lot of you, it is an energy of letting go in order to clear space for the year ahead. And some of you may be looking at alternative plans. So it could be that you're discovering a new way of doing something, or some of you want to course correct in 2025 and you're excited about that. Now, if you're someone who is out of work and you're looking for a job and you've been feeling a bit nervous or anxious, and this year has been really tough and very challenging for you, I actually see that there is one opportunity that comes in that you just know you're going to make it to the top in this opportunity. It just feels like you go in at like, there's an energy of like a starting salary, and then it's like it becomes more established. So I feel you increase in money after a certain period of time, but also I feel you're so good at this role that you start at a certain level and you make it to like 2 or 3 levels above where you start as you're like midway 2025. It feels like you are like destined to be promoted really quickly. So you start at a certain role, but they see how awesome you are at what you do. You're a pro at what you do, and you're enthusiastic. You're excited to learn new things, or you're excited to kind of like diversify and branch out and just be really gung-ho about it. And it feels very much like suddenly people are taking notice and they're like, whoa, we need to elevate Pisces. They need to have this role because they're so good at what they do. So I definitely see there's some really great news coming in if you're looking for a job there as well. Now also, a lot of you, I feel this is about you discovering new things, new products, new ways of dressing is what I'm being given, new styles. I feel like you're just trying lots of new things with this card, new foods. I feel like you want to be flamboyant, or just, be a little bit more extra this month. And that's only at the sort of beginning, I would say 3 weeks of the month. There's this energy of like wanting to be like wild and free and reconnect to that inner wildness there. But very much at the end of the month, you're like, okay, I had enough now. That's the cutoff point. I need to be by myself in my own time. So I feel there's that energy there as well, okay? Now, the Judgment in the reverse, it tells me that you are going to connect to things that you have been meaning to get around to. I've already mentioned that. There is some sort of passion project there. Now, if there's something that you kind of, because this is coming through a little bit, if there's something you're creating and either it's a family member or a friend or someone that you kind of like, almost like give it to see what they think, or like judge or assess, this person, they really don't understand what it is that you do, or they don't understand the nature of the creation, and this person, I don't see them being critical, but they seem really detached in the way that they assess it. It almost feels like they're like, oh yeah, that's wonderful. So what are we having for dinner tomorrow? Because, this is happening and that's happening. It's not that they're dismissing. It's almost like they feel a little bit like they cannot offer you a deep review of it because they feel inadequate to be able to like offer you something of substance. They're going to tell you it's wonderful and they really believe that, okay? But it's almost like they feel that what you've created is on a different level than what they can kind of offer up as a review, if that makes sense. I feel it's like a family member who kind of doesn't understand what it is that you are accomplishing right now, and they really celebrate you and they feel it's wonderful, but at the same time it makes them start thinking like, whoa, that's really deep and that's incredible, and I don't really know what else to say about it because they're quite overwhelmed by it. Don't take this as negative, okay? I want you to be aware of that. That's something that's coming out there as well. It just feels like they're more in their head about not being able to reach the level that they feel like you're at. Does that make sense? I'm not really sure if that's making sense, but that's what I've got coming through, and I really don't know how to articulate that. And that's probably because I'm picking up on their energy. It's like they don't know how to articulate how they really feel about it. So they kind of like don't dismiss it, but at the same time, they kind of cut it short, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to move away from that energy, okay? Now, some of you may be up for review during this period, especially if you're in a working environment, or there could be things in your life that are up for review, like service plans, maybe payment plans, you looking at mortgage repayments, pensions, all things like that. I feel like you're on top of your targets and just reviewing how you can do things in a more streamlined fashion, not waste your time, not waste your money. And I feel like you just reach your goals because you are very goal oriented this month. Now, the Four of Wands, of course, in this position, it can indicate someone that you don't see regularly, you will see. So someone from your past. You may even bump into this person I'm being given. So it could be that you're going about your business and this person suddenly is there and you're like, oh my gosh. So this month is a great month for you to bump into someone and you reestablish that connection and you are firm friends for life, whoever this person is. But also, the Four of Wands is, of course, to celebrate news, but there is, of course, a couple on there that are getting married. So some of you could actually be getting married this month. If that's you, congratulations. And it may have come off the back of having to delay something, or maybe it wasn't the date that you were hoping for, but you booked a date and you've got used to it being that date now. I feel here there may be just a little bit of anxiety before you get married. You know that you're getting married to the right person. They are your soulmate. There's nothing to worry about. It's just natural to have that kind of like butterflies in your stomach, like, whoa, it's a monumental moment in your life and you're going to have the most incredible day. I would say that sometimes on the day, it's hard to take everything in because it can be so overwhelming that you're kind of like the center of attention and it just feels like a lot. And you're busy thinking about, have the caterers got it right? Is that person arguing with that person? They probably don't get on. Or is everything all in order? Just allow yourself to live in the moment and just be celebrated, okay? Allow yourself to just enjoy it. Everything is going to take care of itself. You don't need to worry, okay? Now, moving on from that energy, the Four of Wands can be a card of achievement. So I feel there is something here that you hear about that highlights your achievement, your success. A lot of you, this is celebrating and also contemplating your next moves. So good news in and around you in the month of December, but also this card can indicate, especially in the resistance position, moving home or contemplating it. And it could be that you've found two properties that you really love, but you're having to make a decision between the two. You will know which one is the right one for you. It's where you feel your heart is, okay? So I feel some of you, there's one that aesthetically looks great for you and you think, oh, this would be wonderful, but does it feel like a home? And the other one is like, oh, this feels more like home. So I feel like you are actually looking at where you belong. And this is a big energy for the month of December as well. You know, where you feel like you belong. Which social circles do you connect to? Can you connect more to the community, be more integrated? Because I feel a lot of you, it's like you're integrating yourself in the month of December, but then it's suddenly shut down with that hermit energy where you're like, enough, I've had too much. So I feel like you're going to get the best of both worlds there as well. Now the World card, of course, a lot of you, if you're traveling, I hate to give this message, but I have to, there's going to be some delays. So if you're going to an important meeting, for example, and it's outside of your usual route, if you think it's going to take an hour to get there, maybe leave 2 hours to get there, or maybe an hour and a half if that's not kind of reasonable. I would say just leave a little bit extra time during this period because I'm just seeing a lot of backlog. Okay, this also connects to parcels. If you are sending something overseas, this person, they may not get it until the new year. And there is an energy here that they go, oh, Pisces forgot. But you didn't, okay? They will see that actually you didn't, that you sent it, but it just got delayed. But there may be a conversation about that. Now, the World card, of course, also indicates a lot of you are very sensitive and you are picking up vibrations of the world, okay? It may feel like the whole world has turned upside down in the last couple of years and it is like a new level of crazy. Now, of course, we must all do our bit as much as possible, but we must not allow fear to rob us of joy. And I feel like you are trying to like change things in your life and keep yourself busy and focusing on what brings you and your family joy as much as possible, because it's important to live in the moment. But I do see a lot of you thinking about charity work, or maybe gifting to charity in some way, or doing something that is in the community that will help someone overseas or will help people in different areas. And I feel that is good karma that is coming back to you. Now also, the World card, it can indicate that a goal that you have in motion, you'll carry it over to 2025. There's something that you've been doing that perhaps you feel you should have been completing it by now, or it should have been finished. I do see that you'll carry this one thing over to 2025, and it's fine. I feel like you will accomplish it completely in 2025. It's going to be so successful, whatever it is, but I feel like you will return to it in the month of December and make more headway with it. Some of you, this could be like in the physical sense, because of course, wands are all about energy. So it could be that you return to a certain diet or an exercise routine, or some sort of mindfulness practice, or even like a group class that you used to go to, but life got in the way and you got busy and you couldn't do it. December may be the month where you reconnect to that. Also, the World card indicates that you are going to be on top of your goals. You're going to be like crossing a lot of things off your to-do list, and you're going to feel really proud of yourself that you are making some radical changes in your life, but also you are moving towards whatever it is you want to accomplish. Now, there is a busy energy about you. I cannot lie about that, because you have the World card in the resistance position at first, so it can indicate that you may feel a little bit out of balance or a little bit rushed in the month of December, but I feel this is about adjusting so that you can navigate your time a little bit better, okay? And I'm also being given this energy of a parcel being redelivered, and it may be like frustrating that you have to take a day off or change your plans in order to wait in for it. It's almost like they give you a large time frame, like, I don't know, your parcel could be delivered between 8 a.m. and midnight, and you're like, what? That is like a whole day. And you may be frustrated that it will almost like comes like late afternoon, evening time, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could have done so much with my day. I wish they could just give me a time. So I do feel that frustration there. So some of you may deal with that. But moving on with the Death card energy, because we have it coming off the back of the World card, a lot of you are looking at cycles that change, or trying to change cycles for yourself. And this could also connect to like expiry dates. So you could be going through things that have run their course in your life. For some of you, you could be ending something big this month. If you've taken a seasonal role, for example, it could end in the month of December, and then you're looking for new roles. For some of you, it could be that you're looking at service providers that you feel you used to love, but you don't have time for it anymore, like a subscription to something. Could also be like you're looking at getting a better deal for your mortgage or your bills. I definitely see that you're just looking at ending some things that have been ongoing so that you can save a little bit more money or get a better deal. Also, the Death card energy can indicate that you're so done with 2024, that you're so ready to move into 2025, and you're excited to see what it has to offer. But also, this card is, again, a rebirth card. It's a transformation, it's an improvement and a movement card. So I definitely see that you're making long-lasting changes to guide you towards a brighter future. And some of you, you may hear about someone like leaving something suddenly, okay? So it could be a member of your family decides to suddenly leave their house and move into a new one, or suddenly leave their job. For some of you, and not all of you, some of you may hear about redundancies in the month of December, but it feels like it's outside of yourself, okay? So it feels very much like it could be a friend that you hear about, and I feel like you give them good quality advice. I actually see that some of you may offer up like an advertisement and say, oh my gosh, you've just been made redundant. Well, they've just advertised this role in the local paper or online. And even when I read it, I thought it's perfect for you. And the timing is just right. Because I see a lot of your energy for you in particular, my beautiful Pisceans, the timing is right for everything. You're just going to feel, even though you're rushed and you're doing a lot of things, I feel you are on target, and it just feels like things just work in your favor. Okay. Now we do have that Hermit energy. So with the World card and the Four of Wands being present, I feel the Death card and the Hermit together, they highlight that if you've been feeling a little bit isolated or lonely or on your own for a while, I feel this is a message to get more involved in the community or find groups of things that you are passionate about to join and feel more like you're building your community. I mean, for some of you, if you are online and you are someone who is an influencer online, it could be that you're building your community. So it could be something that's online based. But I feel a lot of you are looking at your soul tribe, who you vibe with, who you've outgrown, but also connecting to new people, because the Four Wands is to go out there, have fun with like-minded people. And I feel a lot of you, if you've been feeling a little bit isolated, I see you building friendships in the community and feeling more involved in the community. And it just gives you that extra spark in your heart. Now, of course, the Hermit energy, it's at the end of the month, so it can feel like you're slowing down a pace and just needing to recharge your batteries. Part of you is feeling a little bit fed up, a little bit exhausted, and I feel like you're searching for inspiration for the year ahead. I feel also this is about allowing your wild side to come out there, but learning lessons. I feel a lot of you are trying to put in meditative practices to manage stress levels. You're thinking deeply about your path. And, you know, a lot of you may also want to kind of blend into the background at the end of the month in order to just go and relax. So you may take some time, a couple of days for yourself to just poodle about the house or read a good book or even submerge yourself in a documentary about unknown things or spiritual things, or, you know, I'm also being given like true documentaries. I also see a lot of you cutting out things that you feel drain your energy or make you feel like completely anxious or isolated in some way, like, oh my gosh, this is just worrying me. So I feel a lot of you are kind of trying to step away from things that trigger anxiety within you or cause you to have moments of feeling really nervous about the future, because I actually see that you're in command and I see that you're strategizing and planning for the future ahead, and I feel like you're on top of things. Sometimes it may feel like we're not. It feels like we're just managing things, keeping the status quo, but I feel that you are actually attaching to a better way of doing things, and I feel things are going to go much smoothly for you as well. Now, also, the Hermit energy can indicate timeout, okay? It's really a card that's necessary for us to basically connect and go through a period of introspection to what we feel we need in our life. And it's temporary, of course. I feel like you're going to do a lot of thinking about changes that you're making in your life and how 2025 is going to be different for you. I feel this is a card of, really deeply thinking things through. King of Swords indicates that you're being direct with your own needs and you are articulating your needs from a healthy place. But I feel like you're taking charge. You're taking responsibility for the changes you must make and the things that you need to withdraw from at this time. Whether it's a toxic friend or family member or a toxic environment or even, your thoughts. Sometimes you can tear yourself down by not being confident within yourself or doubting your path or even not having compassion for your wonderful self when things don't go the way that you hope for. There's no blame here. Sometimes you're also a little bit hard on yourself with a King of Swords energy in the way that you think about yourself. So a little bit more compassion is necessary, especially at the end of the month. Now, of course, some of you may actually be getting some advice this month, independent advice on something. Some of you, especially if you are also in a high level commitment, some of you may be having a really important conversation with your nearest and dearest about some sort of change or move that you're contemplating. Could be you wondering if you want to relocate or emigrate there. It could be a big topic of conversation this month, and I feel both of you will be on the same page in terms of what you decide to do eventually. Now, Also, for some of you, I mean, this card, I'm being given an energy of someone who is a little bit cranky, someone who they tend to spend a lot of time alone. This could be a neighbor, so it could be someone who basically is a little bit unkind in December, but I don't see them actually affecting you at all, okay? So I feel like, I mean, this could be a boss as well. Someone's like, oh, you know, you're doing really well, but wait until 2025 comes in. That's really when all the pressure kicks off. It's almost like they can't just give you a compliment. They have to always have something like spun on it as well. So just watch out for that. Again, this person, they're a little bit unhappy with themselves, and they spend a little bit too much time alone as well. I actually see this energy of you looking at this person like, I will soften you. There's this energy. I feel like you're not trying to change this person, but you may actually gift something to this person or write them something, a kind note, and they kind of like look at you a little bit differently. You will change this relationship with this person, and they will soften. And actually, there's a lot of respect there long term, but I feel this person will have a change of heart. So the main energy I'm getting from this is like a neighbor. Okay, so if you have a destructive kind of neighbor, or someone who's really grouchy or is always complaining about something, I actually see you offering like something almost like overriding your feeling like they're a jerk. You may be thinking, oh gosh, this person, but you may go, okay, you know what, let's take a different kind of approach to this, and you may like just give them a card, or you know, maybe a little gift or something, or just a little something, a little nice compliment about their garden or something, I don't know. Please apply it to your situation, but I feel this actually changes their mindset. It softens them somehow. That's coming through there as well. But this card indicates that you are managing your life better, and that you are in charge. You're being assertive. I feel also you are being very analytical, planning, strategizing for the year ahead. And I feel that you are protecting yourself and your endeavors. Now, of course, there's no pentacle cards here, so it's not that you're not focused on money. It feels like you're more focused on your passions, your dreams, your calling, and you know, trying to protect your alone time so that you have time to decompress and you know, basically recharge your batteries. But I do see, in terms of finances, there are things to celebrate. So I feel like you remain on target regarding a financial goal. And if you're worried about something, I feel that you may get some sort of independent advice, or speak to people that you have a debt with, for example, whether it's a service provider. I feel like you may be able to negotiate a payment plan, which just takes the pressure off you, and it gives you more time to get the money for whatever it is that you need. But I do see that there are opportunities here for you. Some of you may even take up a seasonal role, or set up a second stream of income that brings in more money as well. But your final cards are, you will be surrounded with people with different agendas. It may scare you away, but fight it. You've got this. So again, you know, as I said, there's this undercurrent in your reading. I couldn't quite place it, but maybe this card actually articulates it even better. It's like, for example, the neighbor energy that I was picking up. You know, they have an agenda where they want to keep to themselves, but they also like order. They like everything to be the way that they control it to be. And they have to acknowledge that that's just not life. You know, people want to live on their own terms. Everyone's got a different way of living. So it can be that you, my beautiful Pisceans, you fight this energy to kind of like put them into a little box of stay away from that person. They're cranky. You may be like, you know what, I'm actually going to offer some love or some compassion, and let's see if that changes the situation. For some of you, it could be that you're spending time with family, and there may be that one person who's a little bit critical, or someone who basically likes to put the cat amongst the pigeons. I feel like you're not backing down. You're being your wonderful self. You're managing your stress levels, and you're just like, you know, not engaging in the drama is what I see. And we've got own your time and give it meaning. Don't let it pass you by. And that's what I meant by earlier. I had this energy of you negotiating your time a little bit better, and having more time for you to go off and do things alone, so that it has more meaning. And of course, we've got to rise. You must let go of fear. Okay, that came up briefly in your reading about anxiety, and you are rising up. I definitely see that. And finally, we've got good luck sometimes comes disguised as bad luck. So if you feel that you've been really challenged in 2024 and that you've had some moments of bad luck, the good luck is here for you, and sometimes we have to let go of something that isn't working, and it may feel like bad luck, but actually the universe knows a better way and replaces it with something even better. So many years down the line, or even many months down the line, suddenly you look back and think, actually, I'm glad that happened. So I feel some of you could be looking at moments from your past where you thought of things that didn't go your way or felt were a setback, but when you really think back to almost like visiting yourself in the past, would you change it or would you keep it? Would you thank that person for doing whatever it is they did? Because you are who you are right now. If I could go back in time myself to some of the horrific things that happened to me, I, have processed those experiences I've had, and some of those people, not all of those people of course, but I would probably go back and shake their hand and say thank you, because you made me who I am now, and you taught me a lot of lessons that have benefited me moving forward. So they may have thought that they were actually doing me a disservice or trying to knock my confidence or tear me down or destroy me in some places, but actually they encouraged the energy within me to rise, to thrive, to survive, and that was my revenge. So I feel, a lot of you, if you have been going through a challenging time, I feel like you're rising. You're using that challenging energy in order to fuel your ascent to better things, and December is a great catalyst month for that as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune for you. Okay, so we've got 2 buttons here. First one we've got is the heart. So you're following your heart, you're doing things that make you feel passionate. I feel that you are spending time with people that you love. I feel like you're following your bliss. And this is about you attracting everything that you desire. You have a beautiful, complex heart, and don't let anyone ever change that or ever tell you that you're too much. Because if anyone tells you that you are too much, it basically means that they are not enough for you, okay? And we've also got the angel wings. So these may be signs or symbols that you'll see over the next coming months, but the angel wings indicates you're protected and directed, and that there is someone in spirit who walks by your side. It's the second time you've got angel wings in your reading, because that judgment card there, it highlights that you're focusing on your calling, but also I feel that there is someone called to guide you in the month of December and help you on your path towards your destiny. You're going to feel their presence, okay? So watch out for that. Ask for a specific sign and you shall receive it, is what I'm being given. And also, my guys are asking me to look at this a little bit more. Let me just have a look at this more. Okay, I'm seeing the number 8 in here very prominently. Actually, I'm seeing it 3 times. 3 times. So you may see the number 8 3 times. That is the number of wealth and prosperity. Okay, so I'm being given an energy that some of you may actually do something that your heart yearns to do. It could be a creative project. This could garner more money if you are wanting to. So that's coming in there as well. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Pisces. I hope something resonates there. Very complex. But if it does, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that. And I'll leave it there, and love and light.